teen crush. I'm doing something different. Your name's been on my...
Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. Today I am back with another Create This Book 2 episode. This is episode number 6, so I'm going to be completing 2 different pages in this book. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and let's get going. Alright, so the first prompt that I did says create a mini book, and it's just as straightforward as it sounds. Pretty much there is this extra page in here where the mini book is to be made, and then you just take this page out, make the book, and then glue it on the page behind. So I decided to bring back some nostalgia for this page, and I decided to do a Junie B. Jones themed page. So this was one of my favorite series as a kid, so I thought it would be super fun to do a page completely dedicated to it. So let me know if you guys were into these books. So I have this book on the left that I'm just kind of using as a reference to draw the cover page for one of them. It wasn't specifically my favorite, but I thought that it would be a fun thing to draw, and fairly simple. So here I am just outlining everything with a Muji gel pen, and then I'm using my go-to Crayola Super Tips to color in the little book cover. So I ended up doing the back of it as well, which looking back now was kind of pointless because I ended up gluing the little book in.
You may think that I know too much, but no, it's never too much. Because when push comes to shove, girl, just trust I won't get sick of us.
And once I finished the cutest little cover page of the book, I just took out the page and cut out all of the little mini pages to assemble the book. I didn't do anything on the inside pages just because I wanted to save some time, and I thought that it wasn't completely necessary for the page. So all of the Junie B. Jones books have like this distinguishable cover or like border on the cover, so oftentimes it's like some type of grid kind of thing with different colors that are really random and like kind of don't really go together. So I wanted to do that on this page, and this honestly took me way longer than I ever expected. So I drew this little grid out with a Muji gel pen, and then I chose 2 different Crayola Super Tip colors to color this in. So I did the lighter color first so that with the darker marker I could just go over everything and I didn't have to color in each separate box like for each different color, and I only had to do half the boxes, if that makes sense. So I went with yellow and pink for this one. After this lovely border, the page was looking a little bare, so I got out this top secret personal beeswax like Junie B. Jones journal thing. Yeah, I was obsessed. So I went through this and I pulled out some things that I could use for collage. So like different photos, borders, all of that stuff. It was very entertaining to go through this and read it. So pretty much it was Junie B. Jones answered the quotes or the prompts, and then I did. So I guess it was like art journaling like long ago, so that was really funny to look through. But I cut out some things that I thought would make the page a little bit more interesting. So we have Philip Johnny Bob, the elephant in the corner. If you guys know who that is, then that's awesome. I have a bunch of photos of Junie B and her friends, some other little designs, and some of her journal stuff just to fill up the page as much as possible. I wanted to make it look really fun and just like super nostalgic because, again, this was one of my favorite series. For collage pages, I like to cover it with like packing tape to seal everything up, so I'm just covering that in and then folding over the edges to seal everything together. And then lastly, I am taping the book to the page. I used this like little accordion thing to make it pop out a bit, which ended up not working great, so I just ended up taping the whole book onto the page, and that is how it turned out. It kind of sucks looking at it with the packing tape because of the reflection, but you get the idea, and I think it's a really fun page and turned out really well. And the next prompt says create a limitation. Pretty much you choose 3 random art supplies And I guess they weren't random art supplies, mine were rather random colors, all Crayola Super Tips. So I started by drawing out this sketch first before I had even chosen my colors, because I didn't want that to limit my art. I wanted to just kind of draw and then add the color in later. So I sketched this out with pencil first, and then I'm just going over the edges with a black Crayola Super Tip. Usually I would use a fine liner for something like this, but I wanted the edges to be a little bit more bold, so this was the perfect happy medium for that. And the style is kind of like these girls just on the page doing like random things, but I wanted it to be like kind of cartoony and to just like have fun doodling. I loved doing all of the different plants and botanicals in the background. It's one of my favorite things to draw. And then it was also fun to do like their hair and stuff like that, because I was expecting the colors to be kind of wacky and stuff like that for like hair, skin, eyes, and stuff like that. So not your typical colors. And here are the random selection of colors for my drawing. I've got a green, a pink, and a royal blue. So I just started with taking one color and coloring in as much as possible with that before switching to the other ones. So I'm starting off with this nice pink color. Honestly, this was a very therapeutic process because I didn't have to think about the types of colors I was choosing, and I just kind of had to fill in as much as possible and just like keep the colors like kind of proportional to each other.
But you're my best friend, my second earth. We're kisses like a song you so once. January.
As you can see, I did decide to leave some spaces white on the page, and I'm very glad that I did that. I think it just adds to the whole effect of the 3 different colors. And to add some more detail, I'm using a Muji gel pen to add some extra lines. For example, like on the leaves, on the hair, and the sweaters and stuff like that. And I think this just adds some nice texture to the page, and again adds some more interest. So this is how it turned out. I am super obsessed with these colors, first of all, and also just the design of everything. And I really am happy with how this page turned out. And that concludes today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm so sorry that it was only 2 pages. I was a little short on time, like always, but I hope you enjoyed nonetheless. So let me know which one was your favorite, and I will see you guys in my next video. Have a great day.
I just need time at a poolside, yeah, white wine on the moon.